Well, friends, I can't believe it, but it's another year. You know, on April 10th, 2013, we felt like we had it all together. I mean, really, we felt like we had figured it all out. But that proved to be the last day before a whole new reality set in. A whole new reality. April 11th, 2013, that was the worst event that's ever happened to me, Angela, our family, and that led to the beginning of the worst season of our lives too. Angela and I, we had been working very hard ever since we got together to provide a good, stable home for our eventual children, to have stable jobs so that way they could grow up and have a really good, positive atmosphere in their lives. And we had found a welcoming church in Journey Community Church over in La Mesa. We already had 2 beautiful children, and then we were adding our 3rd, who was the boy. Life couldn't be any better. I'll never forget, on April 10th, 2013, Angela and I, we had been working out, and we'd finally figured out how to get to the gym. I was going to go to the gym by myself, and then we'd meet in the parking lot, and then she was going to go to the gym. Whoever wasn't at the gym was going to take care of the baby and the 2 little girls. Angela and I met at our local YMCA, and she gave me the 3 kids and said, all right, you go get the food, I'm going to work out, and then we'll meet back at home in an hour and a half. So I took the girls and the boy down to our local grocery store. And back then we used to have these little movie parties, and we used to call them princess parties. And so the girls would dress up in their princess gear, and we'd get a special food depending on what movie we were going to watch, some Disney movie or DreamWorks movie, you know, some kids movie. Then we'd get Martinelli's sparkling cider, and we called that Princess Bubble. On April 10th, 2013 was going to be our first Prince party, because we were welcoming Leo into our family, and we were welcoming Leo into the way that we do things, and it was just going to be all sorts of good times. And it was. April 10th was a fantastic day. We had such a good time, and we ended up seeing the movie Brave. I remember thinking, if this is what life's going to be like for us, oh, we're golden. This is going to be wonderful. And that night we went to bed not knowing that the absolute worst event in our lives was just a few hours away. On the morning of April 11th, maybe around 2ish in the morning, I woke up and I knew something was wrong with the baby. I just knew it. I could see it. He was limp. He was not breathing, and I woke Angela up and we started doing CPR. We started doing what we needed to do. We called the emergency and they were able to semi-resuscitate him, but by the time he made it to the hospital, he had passed away. Our 3rd child, our brand new baby boy, had, in the doctor's words, expired. And it was just an absolutely traumatic experience, just absolutely terrible. And I still can't really fully explain the feelings that I had when we were going through that. And I still can't fully wrap my mind around everything that's gone on since then. See this bird right here? This bird comes to this cemetery only during this time of year. I never see this bird any other time of the year. You know, I already had grandparents that were buried at La Vista Cemetery, but that was confirmation. Seeing that bird just gave us a little glimmer of hope in that terrible, terrible time. It's just, I don't know, it just really gets me. During Leo's 3.5 weeks or so that he was alive, he got to experience so much. I took him to Home Depot. We had that Prince party. We took him to the grocery store where I had 2 little baby girls and a baby boy. And we were that family that literally, as we're going down the aisle, everybody else is like, nope, I'm not going down that way. Over the years, we have definitely learned a lot from a lot of people. We have definitely been provided with a lot of wisdom that we can use to help rebuild ourselves, because that tore us down. It tore us down to like the bare bones. There was nothing left. And I really think that it's crazy that we had just gotten into a church maybe a year or 2 before, but we had really just started getting really into being part of the church community. In order for us to deal with this situation, we needed to have a lot of strong people around us. And God set us up to where we were going to have a lot of strong people around us. Journey Community Church rallied around us so much. And the school that I work at, they rallied around us so much. The family, the friends, everybody was so awesome. You know, that wouldn't last forever. We definitely had some falling outs. There's a lot of things that I wish that we could have done differently. But at the same time, dude, you're grieving. And grieving there's no like one way to grieve. There's stages of grief, and you're going to go in and out of all 5 stages of grief. It's a lot. It's a lot. For anybody who's going through losing their child to SIDS, or for anybody who's going through dealing with the loss of a loved one, all I can say, surround yourself with people who love you and that are going to support you no matter what. Surround yourself with those people. And if you can't be one of those supportive people no matter what, it's not about you. It's about them dealing with their heart. It's okay to go to the side for a while. And the other thing that really, really helped me was I made some bad choices in terms of how I dealt with my grief. A lot of excess. I dealt with my grief with a lot of excess. What I started to realize was, do I want Leo to think that his passing was the reason that my life fell apart, that I decided to become a person that's not worthwhile to be around? Is that really what I want to do? Do I really want to be a bad father and a bad husband and a bad son because my son passed? Do I really want that? No, of course I don't want that. I decided that I was going to be the best person I could be in honor of Leo, in honor of his memory. That's what I did. And I do that today. I make my son proud. I make my daughters proud. I make my wife proud. I make my parents proud. I make my family proud. I make my friends proud. I try to help the community. I try to help those around me. If I could wish anything for people, is that they never have to go through the loss of someone like this situation. But if they do, what can we do to honor those people? How can we live the best life possible so that way they can be remembered as an inspiration to your life and not as a hindrance? What can I do to make sure that Leo's an inspiration, not a hindrance? With that said, there's so much more story, but you know, today's a day of remembering Leo, and today's a day of remembering the 3.5 weeks that he was around, and today's a day of honoring that commitment that I made to being a better person in honor of him. And so with that, dear son, I love you. I miss you. Someday we'll see each other again. Happy Angelversary, Leo. Love you, kid.